Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 18 video. And as we all know, the NFL trade deadline just passed yesterday and some pretty huge deals went down. So today in Madden 18, we're going to see if the trades that went down at the NFL trade deadline will actually go through in Connected Franchise. And if they don't go through how they did in real life, I'm going to make sure every trade does end up getting accepted. We're going to see how much it actually takes for all these deals to get accepted in Madden 18 Connected Franchise. And then once that is done, we are going to sim the rest of the season and see how the trade deadline deals affect the NFL and see if any of the teams that traded for big players actually go far in the Super Bowl. So hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to turn on the notification bell if you haven't. With that said, let's jump right into the video. And I did use like the real life roster thing, so the records of every NFL team is up to date. So we're going to see pretty much as realistic as possible as we can in the video game to see how the trades will affect the real life standings. So 3 of these trades you're going to see in today's video actually went down on trade deadline day, but one big deal went through last Friday and one big deal went through on Monday. So we're going to try those as well. So a total of 5 trades actually happened in real life. And as you see, the first trade is going to involve the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they went out and acquired a huge defensive tackle to boost an already just absolute freaking brilliant team. And that, of course, is none other than Dareus from the Buffalo Bills. The Jaguars only traded a 6th round draft pick to acquire the defensive tackle, so I know for a fact this isn't going to go through. Going to submit it, not even freaking close, but we're going to see what it takes to actually bring him in, because we're going to make sure every player gets added to the team so we can spend the rest of the season like they are in real life and see how each team does with their new players. So I think Dareus, is he in the last year of his contract? I'm not sure. I think this might be close enough to bring him in. So it looks like a 3rd round draft pick, plus let's throw in a running back like Corey Grant. Corey Grant and a 3rd round draft pick is enough to bring in Dareus to Jacksonville just like in real life. But like I said, man, this Jacksonville Jaguars team, as a Titans fan, I know he beat them earlier on in the year, but dude, they're coming together and I'm scared. So trade number 2 went down on Monday, and that is the Seattle Seahawks weakening one of the teams in the AFC South as my Titans, and that is weakening the Houston Texans, getting their left tackle, that is Duane Brown, the veteran. They also get a 5th round draft pick from the Texans, as they send a 2018 3rd round draft pick and a 2nd round draft pick for 2019. Initially, instead of the 2018 3rd round draft pick, they had Jeremy Lane, the cornerback from the Seahawks, added to the deal, but he failed his physical, so they had to add in a 2nd round or a 3rd round draft pick from this year, and apparently they didn't want to do that straight up, so the Texans also wanted a 5th round draft pick in return. But for Duane Brown and a 5th round draft pick from this year, the Seahawks did send a 3rd from this year and a 2nd from next year. Now, I think this deal might actually go through because Duane Brown is good, a 90 overall in this game, but he's worth a lot and he's older. So normally older players are really easy to get. So let's see if this goes through straight up, and it was. So just like in real life, this trade was accepted, and the freaking Seahawks have a left tackle that they desperately needed to anchor that offensive line, and the Seahawks just got a lot better. And I really don't understand the Texans actually traded him away, because, I mean, they're right in the middle of a freaking divisional race because anybody can win the AFC South because the AFC South is trash. But regardless, it helps the Seahawks, so let's see how it helps them in the season. So I think we all know what is coming next. Now getting to the deals that actually happened on trade deadline day. And this was arguably, well, I don't know if this was the biggest one, maybe. There's three more that you all know is coming that were pretty freaking big. And that is the San Francisco 49ers trading a 2nd round draft pick to acquire the backup quarterback of the New England Patriots, Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I think this deal, I'm not sure if it'll actually go through. I'm not sure which 2nd round draft pick it was they traded, because they have 2 according to Madden. They have a huge freaking amount of cap space. But let's see. I mean, quarterbacks are normally kind of hard to get in this game. But for Jimmy G, how much is he going to salvage the 49ers season? Going to submit this offer, and it was not accepted. But like I said, we are going to make sure every deal does go through so we can send the rest of the season with the players added to the teams. So let's see what it's actually going to take. Let's try a 6th round draft pick added on top of this deal, and is not accepted. So with the Patriots, they signed Brian Hoyer. So basically what happened was they traded Jimmy Garoppolo for a 2nd round draft pick plus Brian Hoyer, because the 49ers released him, and then the Patriots signed him. So basically, I think the Patriots, I mean, the Brian Hoyer is not a bad backup. I mean, not as good as Jimmy G, obviously, but I mean, in terms of what they got, I think it was a pretty successful deal for the Patriots since they signed him. So I think this would go through right here, and it does. So in Madden 18, it takes a second-round draft pick and Brian Hoyer to be traded to the Patriots for Jimmy Garoppolo. So actually, this is basically exactly what happened in real life. Now on to arguably the biggest shock of the day in the trade that made everybody freaking question their existence, the fact that the Dolphins actually agreed to this. The Philadelphia Eagles get Jay Ajayi from the Dolphins for a 4th-round draft pick. And you might have seen this go around the internet. Like a lot of big Twitter accounts pick this up. Obviously, this trade will not go through in this game. As you see, throw in a 4th-round draft pick. It's like in the yellow, I think. It actually isn't. So I guess, did it get changed? I don't know. Maybe it was different. I don't know. So a 4th-round draft pick obviously is not enough to bring in an 87 overall running back in this year's game. But let's see what it actually takes. The Eagles don't have any 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. That's weird. So let's try a 2nd-round draft pick from 2019 for Jay Ajayi. That's actually pretty close. That's actually what I saw in all the tweets when they actually tried to offer a 4th-round draft pick. I don't know if it's different, whatever. But anyways, let's see what else it takes. See if the Dolphins might be interested in Nick Foles, because obviously their quarterback situation isn't ideal. So Nick Foles and a 2nd-round draft pick, that was enough to bring in Jay Ajayi. So the Dolphins could have at least potentially got a 2nd-round draft pick from next year and Nick Foles in the deal, at least according to Madden 18. Now, the 5th and final deal that went down during the trade deadline, which also might be considered as much of a shock as the Jay Ajayi trade, that is Kelvin Benjamin being sent to the Buffalo Bills from the Carolina Panthers for a 3rd and 7th round draft pick. I don't understand. The Panthers currently have no wide receivers that Cam Newton can throw to, and that's been the problem in the past, and that's why the Panthers fans were so excited to actually bring in a wide receiver when they drafted Kelvin Benjamin, and now they just sent him off for pretty much crap. So with that said, I think this is going to be the hardest deal to actually go through in Madden, because Kelvin Benjamin is one of those players that's almost impossible to get in the first-year connected franchise. I think I might have used him in my video that I did in regards to that. But we'll have to see if we have anything to actually bring him in. I might actually have to resort to changing his position to actually get him on the Bills for the rest of the video. So a 3rd-round draft pick and a 7th is definitely not going to be enough to bring in Kelvin Benjamin. We're going to send it through just like in real life. And as you see, according to Madden 18, it would take roughly probably about 6 3rd-round draft picks and about 6 7th-round draft picks to actually make this deal go through. So let's see. We're probably going to have to throw in both of these first, send that through. And see, that's not even halfway, dude. I really don't think we're going to be able to make this deal go through and actually keep this video halfway realistic to bring them onto the Bills and send the rest of the season. So let's try every single draft pick that we have. A 1st from next year as well. And that's not even halfway. So according to Madden 18, it'd take about 6 1st-round draft picks to bring in Kelvin Benjamin when the Bills got him for a 3rd and a 7th. Now let's just try the backup quarterback thing. Nathan Peterman. They also need a running back. So let's throw in Mike Tolbert as well. See how close this is, plus a 1st-round draft pick, and we're going to see. It's probably not even be halfway. Yep, freaking not even halfway. So I think what I'm going to have to do to actually bring in Kelvin Benjamin to the Bills and keep this video realistic is to convert him to a kicker. Kelvin Benjamin's a freaking 54 overall kicker. That's a pretty gosh dang good kicker. So let's see what it takes now to bring in Kelvin Benjamin. Watch it still be a lot. Wow. Wow, we can't even get a kicker Kelvin Benjamin for a 7th-round draft pick. This game's freaking wild. We're freaking trading for a wide receiver at kicker. And when we finally get him for a 5th-round draft pick and a 7th, that's how hard he's get. Even as a kicker, you can't get him for a 7th-round draft pick. So as you see, boys, now we have Kelvin Benjamin on the Bills, and every player that was traded in real life is now on their new team. So now what we're going to do, as I said, guys, the record for every single team is exactly replicating what the record is in real life. So the only difference is the new players are on their respective teams. So what we're going to do is sim the season and see how the new players affect their teams and see who ends up being the Super Bowl champion and to see who wins the Super Bowl in this year in Connected Franchise, trying to replicate what's going to happen in real life. See if Madden can actually predict the future. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below as we do the simulation. Number 1, let me know who you think is going to win the Super Bowl in the simulation. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl in real life? And what trade do you think was the biggest surprise at the trade deadline? Let me know in the comment section below. So the Buffalo Bills, even with the addition of Kelvin Benjamin, did not make the playoffs. They finished off the season 9-7, so not a bad year, but the Patriots do end off winning the AFC East. Now let's see how the teams did division-wise. The Steelers won the AFC North. The Browns end up winning 2 games somehow, someway, although they did not get A.J. McCarron. Bengals had a bad year. Ravens didn't make the playoffs, but Steelers did good at 10-5. AFC South, what did I tell you? The Jacksonville Jaguars do win the division, but hey, as a Titans fan, I would 100% be okay with us finishing the season 10-6. With how we played against the Browns, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I would be extremely freaking happy. If the Titans make the playoffs, I am going to the playoff game. The first playoff game they make, they're probably not going to make it out of the wild card round, but I will be going to that if they do make the playoffs, and I will vlog that. And if you do want to see a vlog of that, let me know by dropping a like. Texans don't make the playoffs probably because they traded away Duane Brown, the freaking left tackle, when they have a rookie quarterback at the helm. And the Colts, even though Andrew Luck eventually comes back, didn't make the playoffs. AFC East, we already saw. AFC West, the Chiefs do lose a lot of games to finish off the season, but still win the division. Chargers don't make the playoffs. Broncos and Raiders don't as well. That's really surprising. The Raiders going 6-10. I don't really know about that. Moving into the NFC, the Packers, even though without Aaron Rodgers, they still do well and win the NFC North. The Lions and Vikings missing out, and the Bears going 5-11. NFC South, the Falcons going 10-6, the Saints getting a wild card berth by the skin of their teeth, and the Panthers missing out on the playoffs because they freaking traded away all their gosh dang wide receivers. NFC East, the Eagles they end up losing 4 games in the second half of the season, but still do win the NFC East. The Giants end up winning 4 games. The Cowboys miss out on the playoffs, and the Redskins go 9-7. The Seahawks go 12-4 with the addition of Duane Brown. The Rams go 11-5, which the Rams are, I think, easily the surprise of the season. The Cardinals not doing well, and the 49ers definitely not doing well, even though they did bring in Jimmy G. At least they do win 2 games to end off the season. But with the addition of Duane Brown, apparently the offensive line is that much better. It gives them that much more time to throw the football. That he wins the MVP. Aaron Rodgers still came in second, so I don't know what that's about. And it looks like Deshaun Watson came in 6th place. I don't know about that. Kind of shocked that Kareem Hunt is not up there. I want to see what the Rookie of the Years are looking like. AFC goes to Deshaun Watson. Kareem Hunt comes in 2nd, which, what do you guys think about that? I've seen a lot of debate on this on Twitter. Same thing with Leonard Fournette. Deshaun Kaiser's up there. Corey Davis, hopefully this is a real thing, because hopefully comes back for the Titans and actually is healthy and plays well, because we definitely need another wide receiver to be great on our offense. Jamal Adams wins the AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year. TJ Watt coming in 2nd. Myles Garrett coming in 3rd. Now, NFC-wise, the Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jared Davis. Eddie Jackson coming in 2nd. And on offense, Dalvin Cook wins the Rookie of the Year with Alvin Kamara coming in 2nd and Mitch Trubisky coming in 3rd. Gonna look at 2 player stats really quick and see how Jimmy G did to finish off the season with San Francisco. He ends up 2,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 14 picks. They end up picking up RG3 to replace the traded Brian Hoyer. I guess it's the 3rd string. And then now going to the Philadelphia Eagles to see how Jay Ajayi did at the running back position. He ends up with almost 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns, so maybe he did end up starting above LeGarrette Blount. Did well enough for them to make the playoffs. So now it is time to finish off the video by simming past the Super Bowl to see who ends up being Super Bowl champions. So to end off today's video, let's see who ends up winning the Super Bowl, and it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 2 of the teams that did acquire players in today's video and did acquire players at the trade deadline. And crazy to see Jacksonville make it all the way to the Super Bowl, but I would not be surprised at how hot they actually are. So boys, let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. If you guys have any more ideas for videos like this, let me know in the comment section below. With that said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.